Good evening, everybody. How you doing? It's nice to be on LinkedIn for the first time. This will be my first video that I'll be making for LinkedIn. My name is Naeem. I'm into sales and training, and today we'll be talking about sales and their importance in any organization. Sales, they play a very important part in any organization. We talk about the profit organizations, not the non-profit organizations. We salespeople, what I always tell people is that we are the one who run the show, to be honest. That's why the salespeople, they are the most highly paid guy. All due respect to everybody. I mean, the other parts of an organization like finance, every person has his role to play, but sales puts a little more effort as compared to others. That's what I believe. Right, so today I'll be telling you about the 5 steps of a sale. Every sales guy has his own way of making sales, or they have their own principles or laws and things that they think are important in a sale. So I have my 5 steps that I love to share with everybody. The first step is like. Now, what I believe is when you're planning to sell to somebody, the first thing that is very, very important is that they need to like you first up. The product comes later on. When I talk about liking me, I talk about the way I look, or the way I'm presenting myself, the way I'm selling myself, the way I'm contacting them, the way I'm talking to them. These are some of the things that they make us like each other. I'll give you an example. I remember going to a shoe store, and I was there to buy a pair of shoes, and I was standing there, and the sales guy, he was playing with his cell phone, and I stood there for like 2-3 minutes, and I was looking at him, and I was trying to grab his attention, and after 2 minutes he was not even looking at me, and I was like, wow. The first thing that came to my mind was, this guy, he's just an employee. He has nothing to do with the ownership. Now, well, I'm always telling my subordinates, my colleagues, that sense of ownership is something that is very, very important for us to have in us to become a better professionals. Now what happens is, the reason that I'm telling you that we need to make them like each other is that they are at our place to buy something. They have a need that we need to fulfill. I'm always telling salespeople that a customer can go to another business, means we can lose a customer. We'll never get the customer back. The customer has a lot of options. He can go to another shop and buy another business. He can buy from there. But once we lose that customer, we'll never have him back. And one unhappy customer can create a lot of unhappy customers, right? So we have to be very amicable, agreeable, always be smiling. These are some of the traits that you need to have if you need to be a good salesperson. Always say yes to whatever the customer is saying. Sometimes what happens is that customer comes to me and I don't have that product with me. I won't say that whatever you are asking for is not the right thing. I always say whatever you want is perfect, but I don't have it right now. But sometimes it happens. It's a part, but you always have to be agreeable, because maybe in the future when the customer comes to me and I'm there to take care of him, okay? And as I treated him well last time, so there are more chances of he coming to me and buy the thing from me. So These are some of the things we need to be very careful. We need to make them like us. If you enjoy talking with them, they will feel like there are more chances of they responding positively. That's one of the parts. Then, 10-second smile. That's what I believe. You have to have smile on your face. Give 100% of your attention. Diverted attention is, for me, an insult to the client. That's what it is. Then be honest, open, and transparent. For example, whenever you're selling something, you have to be very careful. You're not lying to them. You're telling them what exactly you have, because once they start using it, they'll know what it is. For example, if I'm selling X, I told them that I'm selling Y, then there are more chances of me losing them. So we have to tell them the exact thing that we are giving to them. Find common ground. Find common ground is very important. Building rapport is very important. Your introduction is very, very important. When you introduce yourself to them, that is where you buy from them. First impression is everything, whether it's normal life, daily life, business, or whatever. You don't get a second chance to make the first impression. There's no second thought to it. That's what I believe. Then, listening. We salespeople, we have a formula that says 30-70 as far as the percentage is concerned. We listen 30%. Sorry, we listen 70% and we talk 30%. That is the way to success. Customer wants to be heard and want to know you're listening. Once they get this feel, then they feel important, and then they might sell. Because once listening is important, because once you listen to the customer, then you know the need. Once you know the need, then you're in a better position to pitch the right product to them. Recall the important things once you've heard them, and once they're done and you recall what they said, and then you relate their needs with your product, and then you sell. Let them know they were heard and you remember. So once they know that you heard them and you remember them, they'll feel important. It's all about feeling important. Give them your undivided attention. Nothing else matters except the customer. Taking notes shows that you care. Practice the art of active listening. Paraphrase. Repeat what customer said back to them. Paint a mental picture and give yourself a visual. Then learn. Educate the customer. It's very, very, very important. Educate the customers means you tell them about your product. Once you have known their need, you have identified their need, you'll be relating their need with your product. You'll be telling them what your product can extra do for them. Products, they are the same most of the time. You go to one client, other customer, other consumer. You go to one business. Most of the things the customer, they find them the same. So why will they buy from you rather than buying from the other person? Reason being, you properly told them about the product. You told the extra features your product had. You related those features with their need, and there you go. Educate them on the opportunity. Teach them the value of proactive prevention. Increases urgency. Ask them questions they need to know the answer to. How will this help them? Why should they care? What is important to them? That matters the most. Trust. Trust is one of the main part. Get this person to trust you and be genuinely concerned about their need. Be honest and earn their credibility. Show empathy when they open up to you. Protecting them is a good thing. Providing them the service is the most important thing. Explain them the right thing. That will be the best use for them. What I believe is sometimes we think that selling an expensive product is a right sale. That is not my law. What I believe is I'll always sell the customer what he needs. It doesn't matter if it's expensive or less expensive, because what happens is, for example, a customer needed X and I sold him Y because Y was more expensive than X. Now me being the sales guy, I know if that product was the right product for him or not. Now what happened was, as I thought Y was more expensive. I sold Y to him. He went home. He started using it. With the passage of time, he knew that Y was not the right product for him, and he bought it. He spent extra money, and the money was wasted because that was not exactly his need. But I believe, always make sure you identify the right need, and then you pitch the right product that will be his right need. So what happens is, once he starts using it, he is happy with it, he'll come buy from me next time. That's how you do repeat selling. That's how you cross-sell, upsell. That's how it is. Now, the last part is invest. First, they invest in you, means they buy from you, and then they invest in your product. For example, they talk to you, they felt comfortable talking to you, they felt that's the right guy who can help me out, he'll be giving me the best possible product, means they're investing in you first. Once you have sold yourself to them, then you can sell your product to them. Sell them on the opportunity and benefits. Benefits bring customers. Respect their time and perspective. They will invest in you when they believe in you. Value and exchange equation. This is one of the most important equation that runs businesses for me. You always value them. You always tell them how valuable they are. You always value their needs. You tell them what it is. You tell them what can be good for you. Once they are absolutely 100% satisfied, then they'll buy from you, right? So today, this was a little overview of what I believe is the right way to sell. So all my buddies, all people on LinkedIn who are into selling, I hope this little video helped, and please do share your feedbacks, and if you have anything that you love to share, I'd love to have it, because selling is like an ocean. It never fills, and if you are a seller, you think you know everything about selling, then you're done. So please do share your likings. I'd love to learn things from you as well, and thank you so much for giving me your time, and hopefully I'll be coming on LinkedIn in the future as well. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a nice we have a night here. The people who have day, have a nice day. Have good selling, and happy selling, to be honest, guys. Thank you very much. God bless you. Take care.